Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com. This is the chart set for the new moon, 18th of December. It's 6:30 in the morning in the UK. Now, this is an incredibly important week of the whole year. The reason being, of course, we have a new moon, but also the next major event is Saturn. Saturn will change sign, and it takes about 2.5 years to go through a sign, so this is a big event. It will move into its home sign of Capricorn on the 20th, Wednesday. Then, on Thursday, we have the winter solstice, and later in the day, the Sun joins Saturn. Finally, at the end of the week, on the 23rd, and not a moment too soon, Mercury begins to go direct. So those are the headlines. And as you can tell, the Saturn ingress, it's called an ingress, is the most important. Meanwhile, let's look at this new moon chart. Huge amount of planets in Sagittarius. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a huge imbalance of energy. Sagittarius is a fire sign. It's mutable, which means it's changeable. And Sagittarius is a visionary. Sagittarius looks up into the sky. It's the archer. So it needs a mission. So first of all, at a new moon, it's a seed. And I would suggest, think about your mission in life, your purpose in life, what you're here to do, your sacred promise. These are key themes of this new moon. Saturn, when it moves into Capricorn, is saying, let's get serious. Let's be professional. Let's sort things out so they have a very good, solid basis. That's what professionals are. And professionals, for instance, a lovely book I really highly recommend is The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. He says the professional writes because they love it. So the amateur can give up easily. So this Saturn ingress is saying to all of us, the whole world, what is it we truly love that we can commit to? Now the Mercury energy, as I said, it's still retrograde. It's a fairly brief retrograde cycle. However, I don't know about you, but I've found myself in quite a few tangles. And Sagittarius does govern the law, and Jupiter is in Scorpio at the moment. As you can see, it kind of looks a little bit odd because it's above the horizon in a different sign. And Mars will start to join Jupiter over the next couple of weeks. Meanwhile, Venus in Sagittarius is in the underworld now. It's invisible. It means you can't see it. This affects those of you who are strongly Venusian, which is the Taurians of the zodiac and the Librans of the zodiac. And it's often a period of time when Venus is invisible. It's about 2 months until it arrives in the night sky as an evening star. It can often affect the careers of people, especially in the UK prime ministers. Margaret Thatcher, David Cameron, both lost office while Venus was invisible, and they both are Librans. Theresa May is also a Libran, and she's having a few problems at the moment. Watch this space. But the Sun and Moon are also something very important. They are in the position, it's called the galactic center. It's the Sun's sun, or the heart of our solar system. And that's incredibly beautiful. And, if we can look up into the sky and see like another dimension, which is the galaxy. Interesting that Star Wars, the latest movie, has just come out. And I haven't seen it yet, but that's the whole thing with science fiction. It takes us beyond ourselves into other dimensions. And that's worth stressing, because Venus will also go past that particular degree. It's about 26 of Sagittarius. The galactic center isn't a particular degree. It's big, vast, okay, get that? But this is roughly where it is. And then, of course, that Mercury, once it moves forward, will do the same. We have still a strong energy of Uranus in Aries, another fire sign, in a trine. That blue line is a trine, a flow of energy Notice it's flowing towards that new moon and also to Venus, creating genius, great creativity. It's ideas that come out of the ether or out of the blue. So it's very important at new moons to spend some time in the course of the day or the next couple of days to, the moon is dark, we can't see it. It's a time of meditation. It's a time of going within. The Neptune effect is still there, though nowhere near as strong as it has been. But Jupiter is still creating that trine, a healing energy of both Jupiter and Neptune. Chiron's now moving forward. Chiron, the archetype of the wounded healer, if you note, is also making a very strong, difficult aspect, especially to Venus and the Sun and the Moon. And that might mean old wounds are coming up for healing. And that's an important process for us all to look for the future. Sagittarius is very future orientated, and so is Uranus. Rather than be caught in the emotional energy that is Pisces and think that the future will be as bad as the past. It won't be, unless you want it to. Remember that phrase, we are creating our reality every day through our thoughts. And are we being mindful? Or are we being trapped in our negative thinking? It's so easy looking around and getting caught in that energy. Mars, in water sign, it's in Scorpio, is also trining Neptune. It's a little wide, but it's still there. So that ability to rise above, that's a very Sagittarian energy, to rise above the daily problems. And notice, water signs, you've got Mars and Jupiter on your side now, and they will be coming together, interestingly enough, just on 12th night, 6th of January. Now that only happens every 2 years, roughly, because Mars is a 2-year cycle. So that's a very key date. I still have places for those of you who live around London and the southeast, or if you're willing to travel. I'm doing a one-day workshop on January the 6th because it is a very sacred time. And the energy of that workshop is stunning, shall I say. It's stunning. So there you have it. Spend some time contemplating your future, creating a vision for your future. Thank you for watching. I'm Pam Carruthers of HealingStars.com.